Hello again, and welcome to Higher Ground Financial Freedom Podcast, the Freedom Podcast where we take interesting individuals that are doing great things in life and they just want to share that knowledge. And today we're bringing back Roslyn Willis. And Roslyn was on our 8th episode, and she was sharing about her journey in the military, her journey as a female in the military, being a senior non-commissioned officer, and some of her struggles and how she overcame them. And today, me and Roslyn just going to chat it up about some different things. So sit back and enjoy. So Roslyn, welcome again. How you doing?
I'm great. Thank you for having me again.
All right. So what do you want to talk about today, Roz?
Let's see. I'm in the market trying to find a new vehicle.
Okay, a new vehicle. That's always fun.
Well, it's stressful. I don't know about fun. It's stressful, and I did some maneuvering with my finances, so we can discuss that.
Okay. So then, I like looking for new vehicles. The hustle, I like going through, doing all the research and different things. I don't like going in and being swamped by people, like a buzzard on some dead meat. All right. I don't like that part. So I like to do all the market research before getting in there, kind of know what I'm talking about, and then knowing exactly which direction I want to steer that conversation in, as opposed to letting them steer that conversation. So are you buying from a dealership?
I'm going through an auction.
Oh, smart. Auction. Why auction?
I think I can get a better deal from going to a dealer's auction.
Okay. And then how about like financing? Do they do any type of financing there?
I would not know because I'm bringing cash to the table.
That's what I'm talking about. I like that. Cash. And let's talk about the opportunities you have. And so, if you don't mind me asking, are you using the money from your policies?
I am.
Okay. So you don't have to worry about no credit checks, none of that stuff. It's just straight take it out, put it on whatever you want.
Yes.
How hard is that process?
Very easy. It's very easy.
I like that. I like those opportunities that you have to be able to just take your money. Now, what kind of car are you looking at getting?
I run an e-commerce business and I need more trunk space. And so, but I don't want a big SUV where I have to fill up the tank a lot. And so I want gas mileage also. So I'm thinking a Honda CRV or a Toyota RAV4.
That's two good choices right there. I mean, you can't go wrong with either one of them. But I do, like I said, so then like the market research, did you feel like at any point, man, I can't get this or I can't get that because I don't have enough money? Did that thought ever come up in your head?
I mean, I'm not balling. So,
But I mean, you don't have to worry about a car payment though, right?
I'm not worried about a car payment. No. I'm just going to pay outright, so it does feel good to just pay outright as opposed to before, I had to pay, I had to make the monthly payments and stuff. I've always in the past had to finance for 5 years. I cannot imagine people financing for 7 and 8 years. It's just, that blows my mind though,
I think that is balling though. But I think that is balling. I think it's all relative. I mean, let's say you were a millionaire.
Is balling paying for a car for 8 years?
No.
Is that balling?
No, it's balling that you buying a car outright with cash. Because you just said I'm not balling, but I think you are. Think about it. You don't have the constraints and the stress of having to worry about a car payment. You don't have nothing to worry about.
That's true.
Even if you're a millionaire paying for a vehicle, what's the difference? You are balling. You're crushing it. You've put things and conditions in place to allow your money to grow tax-free, guaranteed interest rate. And so you're crushing it. Oh, the 8-year thing? No, they're not balling. Nah, they're getting beat up. And that's why we have High Ground Financial Freedom to teach you how to buy a vehicle, teach you how to put your money in different places so they can grow tax-free at a guaranteed interest rate. Okay, it's not like a sales pitch. That is a real tangible thing. So yeah,
Right.
kudos to you. Now, how long did it take for your money to really grow in your first policy?
So I've had the first policy, maybe 2 or 3 years, I believe. Um, and I mean, it has grown so far better than I expected
Yeah.
for it to grow.
Yeah.
And when I saw the potential, I took all of my money out of my TSP, my mutual funds, what else did I have? I had a whole bunch of stuff. My Roth, I took it out of everything
Mm-hmm.
because the market, the up and down of the market, of course. And I just kept putting money in. You know how they say, put your 10% in and everything. But I was not seeing it grow like I thought it should grow.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't looking at it every month, but every time I looked at my statements, I was like, man, like I really thought it would be a little more than this. And so one day I was the people that I invested with, I'm not going to say their name, but the people I invested with, I went onto their website and they have this thing where you can see, day by day. If you move the little thing, you can see the day by day if it goes up and down and everything. And so one day I was moving the little thing and I saw one day I lost 10,000 one day. And then I moved it a little more and then it went up 8,000. But then another day it went down 3,000. And then another day. And I said, okay, the up and down is getting to be too much because I lost 10 and I came up 7, but I'm still down, 3.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I didn't like it, and so I prayed about it. I'm a prayer. So I prayed about it. And I said, now I know I'm going to have to pay. Uncle Sam going to want their money when I take all of this money out. And I know I'm going to have to pay a penalty. However, over time, it's going to be better in the long run,
Mm-hmm.
right? I took all my money out. I called my financial person and I love her. She's really good. And I felt so bad having to call her and tell her I need my money, But am I more loyal to her or am I more loyal to my money?
Right.
I'm more loyal to my money. So I called her. I had a conversation with her. I told her I need to take my money out. And she said, oh, okay. How much do you need? I need it all. She was silent on the phone. And she said, oh, okay. Can I ask why? I said, sure. I told her what I was going to do. I was going to put it into a whole life policy with paid up addition. She said, oh, well, we could do that for you. I said, no, ma'am. I can write my own policy. Oh, okay. So, she said, well, we have to fill out some paperwork, whatever, and it'll take a couple of days and everything. I said, no problem. Take your time, So we got it all done. The policy was done. I got it all funded and everything. And now my policy is fully funded. The money is getting 5.5% guaranteed. It's not tied to the market. There will be no ups and downs. Okay. I'm getting 5.5 guaranteed. I sleep better at night. Now, I have to pay Uncle Sam. That's fine. Once they get their little bit of money, everything else is for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, was that risky for you?
No.
So
I
you're
don't think
saying
so.
leaving it in the market tied to something that you don't know what's going to happen would be riskier then, is what you're saying.
The way things are going, if you're looking at the news and everything, the way things are going, that's more riskier. Not to mention, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. So, do I think taxes are going to be higher or lower in the future? Higher. So it just makes sense to me to take my money out now, pay my little penalty now, and secure my future now. The best time to do stuff is now, not in the future. Now.
No, I agree 100%. And I think you're right. It is much riskier doing something you have no idea what's going to happen. At least you know 5.5 is guaranteed. And now, when put in the whole life policy with the paid up additions rider, so you obviously structured it correctly. You probably had a good teacher to teach you how to do that, put it in there and set it up. And so with that being said, you also going to get 6% dividend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you also get a 6% dividend. That's a little bit, it's almost unheard of, And now the dividend is not guaranteed, but that 5.5% is guaranteed. And that's growth. And that's growth. Mm-hmm. That's potential growth. You can sit and you can mark a calendar exactly what's going to happen every single year, because this is a private company that you're operating with. It's a private company, okay? And they have a history of doing very well. And there are multiple ones out there, but I know the one that you work with, the same one that I like to work with, and I love how they treat people. Unfortunately, I've seen a couple of deaths, and I didn't get into this for that reason, but I've seen how they take care of people if someone has to receive the death benefit. Mm-hmm. Again, we structure things so you can use the cash value now, but I've seen the other side of it. I've seen the cash value grow for people. I've seen people take loans, and that's been the beautiful part about it. People are doing things with their money's growing. But again, seeing the other end of it and how they treat their clients, that's really the beautiful part of it. Again, not something I wanted to see. Didn't get in it for this reason. For that reason, I got in it so I can see people's money grow like mine grows. And then I'm buying property, buying gold, buying crypto, doing all these other things and creating more generational wealth with these assets. But again, that's the beautiful part about it. So now, what are you seeing your future with this? Are you going to continue to write policies for yourself, other people?
So I'm going to continue to write policies. I'm also going to continue to take loans and make that money work for me. Getting ready to embark on another adventure. So I'm going to partner with a friend of mine down in Florida on another business. So I just got to set up the paperwork with her. So that'll be another revenue stream that's going to be coming in. So going to do that within the next few months. So I'm excited about that.
Man, and that's the beautiful part about this whole thing. It creates space. It gives you space. It gives you options to be able to do other things, because that's guaranteed. It's like a pension. Your Army pension is going to be there. Your disability is going to be there. Now you're creating all these other streams, all these other legs. What they say, a bunch of irons in the fire. So if one goes out, you got this other one. You got this one. You're putting irons in your fire that will never go out unless the government just implodes, and then we're all screwed. Okay.
Right.
All right. But other than that, you're doing things the right way. Now, if somebody wanted to contact you and learn and do what you're doing, how do they get in touch with you?
Well, they can reach out to me. I have Instagram. My Instagram is the Soldier Seller. So they can contact me through Instagram. So yeah, they can contact me through Instagram.
So do you teach people also about the stores, how to open up their own store, things like that, on
On
Amazon and on Walmart?
I haven't really coached anybody per se.
Mm,
I'm open to it, but I haven't really coached anybody through the process. I love it. I'm going to be honest. I absolutely love it.
that's cool.
I am crushing it on Walmart,
That's
like
cool.
crushing it. I love it.
That's cool. That's cool. I love to see that. I love to see the smile. I love to see the stories that you share, and then just you're designing your life the way you want it to go. And there's zero constraints. Again, you're balling. Yes, back to that first question. You are balling 100%. Your life is designed the way you want it. That's freedom. That is financial freedom. That is the definition of financial freedom. It's not about money. It's not about money. I mean, you can make the money. It's about being disciplined and having your life exactly how you want it. Your soul is good. Jesus took care of that. That's paid for. Okay. But when we make bad decisions with our money, on our mental health on this planet, just because your soul is good don't mean you can't go through hell on this planet. You can still get beat up mentally, financially, physically.
Mhm.
But you've decided to take and design and go the direction you want to go. And that's cool. You got another thing going on in Florida. I'm going to ask about that one later. When we get off this podcast, I want to know about that one too. All right. Well, good for you, Roz. So is there anything else you want to share with someone or with the audience right now, the listeners and the viewers, if they're thinking about moving their money? Because that's very, I don't want to say risky, because I know it's not risky. I would say scary. That could be very scary, seeing your money, but I think it's also scary knowing that your money fluctuate based on something that's built to fluctuate. So
Yeah.
if they're having a challenge or they're thinking about moving it, what advice would you give them?
One, I would say for me, and I don't know how, everybody is different. Again, I had to pray about it first. So you may have to pray about it first also, and then I had to make sure come April 15th of 2026, I need to have the money to pay the IRS. Okay, so I got that. Now I know I'm straight on that. So for me, it was a no-brainer, right? Was I scared? Yes. Yes. I don't want y'all to think I wasn't scared. I was scared, but I was more scared to leave my money in there. I looked at, if you have never looked at the retirement gamble, you should definitely look at the retirement gamble. Go on YouTube, type in the retirement gamble. It will open your mind. It will open your eyes to how much you give these financial advisors to handle your funds when they don't do any better than you probably could do yourself. If you did indexing, for instance, you could probably do just as well as they do and cut out a lot of the fees that you pay them to do, right? So, it's like, should I just leave my money there because I like my financial advisor and I'm too scared to, pull it out and I don't want to hurt her feelings and everything? No, I have to think about me, my family, what's best for us, how I want to create generational wealth. I have 2 kids that I need to teach them how to create generational wealth, and it has to start with me, right? If I'm going to set up a trust, how am I going to fund that trust? Okay, so I'm going to set up these policies that the beneficiary is going to be these policies. So when I pass away, the policies are going to fund this trust. So when my kids want to buy something, they can borrow against the trust. If they don't pay the money back, well, that's fine because they got policies on themselves. Okay. So then when they pass away, their death is going to keep funding the policy,
The trust.
you know? The trust. And then their kids can use the trust. And that's how you create generational wealth. Now, I don't want to sound, I don't want to say racist or anything, but this is not stuff that Black people are taught. Most Black people are taught. We're not really taught how to create generational wealth. Like nobody sits us down and shows us this, but other ethnicities are taught this, how to structure policies and create generational wealth and borrow from trust and all of that stuff. Mm. I was not taught this because Mary and Franklin, they didn't know this. They didn't know it. Mm-hmm. They still don't know it. But that's fine,
And I don't think that's racist at all. I think you think about class systems. And there are hierarchies in our country. And it could be any different color in a class system. You got the upper, the middle, the lower. And I teach this in my class now. Your lower is not going to pay taxes or little to none because the government's going to subsidize and help there. And then you got your upper class. They're not going to pay taxes because they're creating something that's more important to the government than their tax money. They're creating jobs. Okay, so they're going to get the big tax break. So you got that one right there in the middle that's going to get punched right in the face. Going to take all them lumps. And so if the middle to the lower class is not receiving any type of education on these different strategies and things you can do with your money, you're going to get punched. And a lot of the time, majority of the times, that does include African-American people that are in that middle to lower class. It does include. We're only about, 2 to 3%? So it is. So it's not being racist. It's just speaking the truth about things. And it's okay to share this knowledge and to understand. And people have a responsibility. That's why I always say take control of your financial future. If you want to learn this stuff, you have a responsibility to... we had to jump off there real quick. Her ring popped up and she had to answer the door. But it's all good. So go ahead, Ross, continue.
So, I want to share this knowledge with anybody who wants to listen. Again, I have tried to talk to my family. They listen, but that's all they do. Mm-hmm. They don't take any action. And okay, Auntie, I hear you. Okay. They don't take any action, and that's fine because it's not going to be, well, you didn't tell me. Oh, I told you, but I find it easier to talk to strangers or maybe friends than to talk to family. And then sometimes it's easier, again, to talk to strangers because when you're talking finances and you want to look at people's bank accounts and you want to know their numbers and stuff, family and friends, they don't want to tell you their numbers.
Right.
I don't know why. Maybe they're ashamed or I don't want to tell her how much I got in the bank. Why? I'm not spending your money, I'm just trying to help you.
Right.
But you run into that a lot where people don't want to tell you what they have in the bank. Okay, well, I'm going to pass you to this person that you don't know. Tell Dwaylon how much you have in the bank. You don't have to tell Roz. I can set you up with him. Tell him, Mm-hmm. But I just want to help as many people as I can. I just want to educate people. I want to spread the word because everybody needs to know this.
Mm-hmm. It's a good feeling. And I mean, it's the same feeling that every other client has. You see what it's doing for your life. You see the directions that you can go in any direction you want to go in. You can take your money and do whatever you want to with it. You're choosing to start another business, which is going to continue to bring in more assets to you. You're going to start your trust. You're going to put all the policies, the death beneficiary as under the trust. Your kids are going to have it, and they're going to put it under the trust. So now you're going to have the Willis Foundation Trust Fund. And it sounds like you read that book, What Would the Rockefellers Do? That's another good one.
Oh, yes.
So, and again, this is not about race and it's not racist. You are sharing knowledge, and this is for everybody to go and get. And if you choose to not get it, it's okay, because America needs people who are not going to get this, and it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. America needs people who are going to get it. America needs people who are going to action it. America needs people who are not going to action it. It's okay wherever a person is in their journey. I've come to a place where I'm just like, okay, it's okay. It's okay, because sometimes you need them lumps. Okay? Sometimes you need them. I took my lumps. I didn't want to hold on to this whole concept for until I started seeing it work for other people. And then I'm like, okay, I need to get off my butt. I need to learn this. And not just learn it, I need to learn enough and even more so I can teach and educate other people. Because there's no point in thriving and doing good in life and you're not sharing that knowledge. What's the point? Can't take it with you.
Yeah.
All right. So Roslyn, thank you for your time again. Thank you for being on. And I'm gonna have you again in the future once we talk about the other business. We're gonna talk about that too. But thank you for sharing your knowledge. And listen, guys, if you're watching this, you want to know just as much as Roslyn, go to the app, HG Financial Freedom. She's on there. You can click on her. You can join in with her. You can get on a meeting with her. She will teach you everything you want to know about business and then some. Okay, this lady is a grinder. She never stops. So if you want to learn, go to the app. You want come see me. Go see any of the other people on there. I hope you all enjoyed the podcast. God bless us to get that financial freedom together. And I hope you all have a great day.